He said, Tashira, God birthed me to be in the world. I am not of the world. I'm for the world. And I said, I believe that, Earl. You know, I always have. Because at the time, I didn't realize what God was having in store for him, that he was getting ready to transition. But I'm here to tell you that I have the peace that surpasses all human understanding right now. Because my friend, my childhood sweetheart, my mentor is home. He's no longer in pain. He was tired, guys. He knew that he ran his race. Earl knew it when he spoke to me even before the 6 days, when he tried to talk to me about certain things on how he was feeling. He started getting emotional and then started sucking it back up, turning into that other person. Earl had a lot of different personalities. So he would transition to Earl to X. And when X came in, there was no talking. But Earl knew that he was going home. And that's why I could stand here strong and grateful to God that I could look at every single one of these lights that has been gifted. You guys are so blessed. Earl was amazing. He loved family. He loved children, his children. And he wasn't perfect by a long shot. But his heart was pure as gold. So
to be a voice for our young people and young people all over the world. He suffered in his life. He had pain in his life. He had joy in his life, but he lived his life transparent. Many of us in public life, we're one thing in the public and another thing in private. Not Earl Simmons. DMX was who he was and who he is, and the reason he has affected the people in the hip-hop genre and human beings across the globe, it is because he was genuine. So one sister that was talking, she said, man, he was a prophet. Well, those of us who study the Bible and the Holy Quran and other religious texts, we may not see him as a prophet, but he actually was. God used his life to educate, to teach, and show the world that you can come up the way he did, but struggle and then overcome the struggle and reach beyond your pain and your suffering and yourself to affect the whole world that is just like you.
First of all, tell me how you want people to remember him and honor him at this point.
Well, I just want people to always remember his music, how talented he was and how great he was, and it was just a blessing to have him here, and he was a gift, and he got his message across through his music, so he always felt like he did God's work. So, you know, just remember him for speaking for God. That was the main thing for him. He just wanted to be the voice of God.
And that's what it was.
That was one of his main things, the voice of God.
I just wanted to make sure you were still listening. But as we close and move toward the end of this great and important religious service, I'm grateful to DMX. And I imagine that the fact that he was a deacon probably explains why he was always willing to testify to the goodness of God. One of the greatest jobs of a deacon is to pray. And when DMX prayed, You felt the sincerity. Pastor Bernard, he was like some of those old praying deacons that could touch you deep in your heart. And we thank God for his life and his legacy.